Hi everyone, welcome. I would like to show you a tiny little altered book that I made. This is the Book of Hearts. I made this as a Mother's Day gift for my wonderful mom. And it's really small. As you can see, it fits easily into my hand. Oh, sorry for the noise. I was just grabbing my tape measure. This little one only measures 3 inches wide by 4 inches tall, and it has a 3/4 inch spine. I covered the cover in aluminum foil after I had stuck some heavier cardstock shapes on it, some die-cut wildflowers and a torn notebook edge and some cut-out hearts. Even has a flower on the spine there. And then I painted over the whole thing with black paint and dabbed it off before it was dry. That was actually the last thing I did, because I wanted to glue the first and the last page to the cover so that it would open to reveal a full spread, rather than having the blank inside pages with nothing on them. This is just a little collage out of colored pattern paper. There are hearts on every page of this book. The background is just printed tissue paper that I colored in, and then I went over it with paint pens and did a little bit of doodling around. There's a paper clip on at the top of the page with some fabric leaves. And then this is a piece of, the background is a piece of paper that I had colored. I don't even know what I wanted with it. It was some leftover piece. Most of the papers that I used in here were just scraps that I had lying around that I really wanted to use up. There's a file tab on the side. Really like this page. This is some, I don't know what it is exactly. The paper is very textured. It's like a little bit like tissue paper, but it has a fabricy feel to it. And I didn't cover it up with Mod Podge or collage medium or something, because I wanted to keep the texture, and I just cut out some stamped leaves and glued those on. And there's a book page heart. This is a very simple page. I just stuck down a piece of this shiny metallic foil paper. I think this was a gift wrapping foil or something. I glued a button on it. And then I just used some StazOn ink to stamp around the border, and I cut out a paper stencil and mask and stamped through that the big heart in the center, and then some smaller ones around the page. I tucked a leaf into the stitching that is actually from the other side, where I stitched some seed beads along the edge. This background is just glued paper strips, just some random leftovers from trimming pages for journals or something like that. And I doodled some hearts that I painted with paint pens. I stapled a ribbon tab. And the beads were actually just kind of a last minute thought. I thought I wanted a little bit of something. This is the black center page. Actually, it's not the center, but it's like, I think it's kind of imposing when you open it like that. I adhered some black die cut torn notebook edges on both sides, and this is actually a page that I cut into shape. I had a bit of trouble fixing patching the spot where I had to cut away the rest of the heart-shaped page. That was kind of difficult. And this is a nice spread. I really like this one. I had this die-cut mason jar sitting around my desk. It kind of popped up out of nowhere. It happens a lot on my desk. That just stuff pops up and I'm like, where's that coming from? The background paper is a piece of brayer paper from Jelly Printing. When I'm rolling off the brayer on the side, I glued a piece of lace on there. And there's the heart in the jar. There are the flying hearts. The background is actually tissue paper. Well, not tissue paper, it's a layer of, what's wrong with me today? Kitchen roll. A layer of kitchen roll. I had spray inked something and then I rolled over the image to mop up the excess ink, and I got a really crisp image actually of that sun with the sun rays. And I just popped the flying hearts on there. There is an old charm from a necklace. There's a little tassel and some beads, and like matching the sun on this page is a moon and stars charm. And the next page is a pocket. That's why there's the stitching here, because I stitched the pocket to the page. And there are some heart tags in there. And these, I actually cut these from what was left of this page. So I tried to reuse as much as possible of the material I had available with this. And this is an embossed piece of acetate. It's a playing card. This is the Tim Holtz embossing folders with the king and the queen and the jack. I forgot what the set was called. I'm very sorry. I swiped over the texture with StazOn ink pad and colored in the hearts from the other side of the piece. Like the red is actually on the underside, on the back side of it. I glued that on with glossy accents, and you can really barely see where it's glued. A little bit if you tilt it in the light, but not much at all. And there's a suspended heart window. I am going to link two of my favorite mixed media art journal people links below the description, and in one of them there is a tutorial on how to make this, and she has also been very inspiring with these sort of things, like lots of techniques I got from her, and lots of other techniques I learned from lots of other people. So it's really kind of impossible to link to every single source of inspiration, but I will try and link to 2 or 3 of them, like my most favorite ones. There are some buttons on this page, a piece of tatted lace, and these hearts I actually cut out of the leftover from the panel that I cut out of here. And the heart that's floating there is corrugated cardboard. And that little heart also was from the piece that I cut out of here. I tucked the fabric flower in there. And the other side, that's a scribble heart. This is the paper stencil that I cut out for making this page. Like that heart shape. I cut that out of a piece of paper to stamp through. And then I scribbled off some paint pens that really weren't working that well at the time. And when I was looking for something to put on this page, that kind of popped into my eye, sort of. And I thought, well, let's just put that on. And then I stitched some more beads and a cool button to the side. I used a lot of rub-ons on these pages to just put put some random nice words on the pages. And that is the last page. That's a spiral heart, and I used both the negative and the cutout. There's another fabric flower, heart bread, another piece of lace, and again the last page is glued to the back cover. So that's the back of it. And this is going to be, like I said, this is for my mom, and it's supposed to be displayed like this. You can pop it on a shelf or the windowsill or something. And you could even, if you stretch it a little bit, you could pick a favorite page and display it like that, so you can see one spread and then the next day you can change it to another one, something like that. I really had a lot of fun creating this. It took not that long, actually. It was just a week or something. When I made this, I tore out basically half the pages out of this book at first, and then I glued them all together to see how much room I had. And then the next day, basically, I just put on some backgrounds and started pulling things out of my stash that just, I didn't think about it too much, and I tend to overthink things way too much, and that's why it takes me ages to get stuff done and complete things, and I always feel like I have to kind of think through everything and know exactly what it's gonna be like and what's gonna turn out like and what it's supposed to be, and this kind of tends to really interfere with my creativity. So I really very much enjoyed just pulling out stuff and gluing it on, basically, and I just ran with it, basically. And while I am showing you this, I also thought I could show you some of the pages that I have already completed in this altered book. Zoom out of there. This was the very first one that I started, and I have a video of that on my channel as well, just kind of showing you the raw starting piece. I didn't have as much time as I would have liked to work on this. This was the very first spread that I made. It's very textured. It has like the fabric flowers and petals. This was basically all very much a coincidence. I started making the background and it got this color, and then I went through the magazine pages that I had saved to find something to put on it, and then this girl caught my eye, and her outfit just fitted the background so perfectly. And then she was in that pose, and when I kept looking for stuff, I found that vase in a craft supply catalog, and kind of went all from there. And I thought, wouldn't it be nice if she kind of had the flower petals all flow into her hands, or maybe it's the other way. Maybe she's like lifting them up and putting the flowers together, whichever way you want to look at it. Really, it has some beads on the side of the page. This was the next one I did. I also just rummaged through some of my like magazine pages and catalogs that I had saved for pieces to collage together. I usually don't put words or quotes or something onto my journal pages, only when I feel like there is something missing, and I think maybe some words would be nice, and that's how that came about. Well, there's a window page. This is very simple. It's just stamping and coloring in with spray inks, really. I really love the colors of this, just the green and pink. It's just awesome. I love it. And there's my pink leaf. It's a thing that I have whenever I make something with leaves. There will almost always be one that is pink. That is about a children's song that I heard a lot when I was little. And this is the background that I started, and I have yet to make something with this, obviously. And the rest is still all empty because, as I said, I didn't have a lot of time to do any altered book or art journaling stuff. And also I ran out of glue, which is a horrible thing to happen to art journaling paper. So now I have to place a massive order on all of my favorite glues because I'm basically out of almost all of them. So whenever I get new supplies, I will be able to dive back in and go crazy. And I'm very much looking forward to that, I have to say. So I hope you liked this little peek into my altered book adventures. They have only just started, I have to say. And if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever you like to do. I very much appreciate you watching this and spending time with me, and I hope you will have a very lovely day. Bye!